guys, welcome back. We are down in the basement. I brought the pinball machine in this morning. I was going to do it last night, but I didn't get home till like 12:30. By the time I finally made it there, I hit traffic the whole way, like on and off traffic. Michigan is horrible for traffic and construction. So, and then I was heading home last night, perfect all the way until I get to my exit. Then there was either some sort of a horrible crash or something that happened on my street, and they wouldn't let me through. So I had to drive all the way around at 12:30 at night into pitch black roads out by me, which I don't like doing at night because my van headlights are not super bright and we have a lot of deer out here, and I just don't like driving down those back roads in the middle of the night because deer get hit quite a bit out here. So I ended up getting home around 12:30. Was outside trying to figure out what was going on down there, but they literally were not letting anybody anywhere near it. So I don't know if somebody died or what happened, but it they probably had a dozen cop cars, some tow trucks. I don't know that when I was down that way if I saw a fire truck or an ambulance, but I'm not sure. But anyways, I brought it down this morning. I'm sweating already. Yes, I bring all this stuff down by myself, guys. Pinball machines are way easier than arcade cabinets. But let me show you what I picked up. I already ordered a couple parts for it because obviously it needs a little bit of work. But I picked up a Gottlieb Hollywood Heat, okay? Now, I ordered a new marquee. This is just a trans light that goes on here, and it's falling apart. But it's really, really faded from years of the neon light behind it. And you can just see it just looks like shit. So I have a new one of these coming. Believe it or not, it's $120 for a trans light for this game because supposedly something with Gottlieb and their copyrights that not very many people, if any, are making reproductions of these. There's one guy, and he's not in the US, and I ordered it from him. And it needs a rubber kit. It did come with a couple rubbers in the coin box there. Playfields, I would give it a 8 out of 10. It's pretty good. We got some wear around the inserts, like right here. Those inserts right there have wear. I'm trying to think. There wasn't a ton. And let me know if you guys know, is there a way to fix that wear? Are those just decals stuck over those right there? Can those be replaced? I'm not sure. It does work. I'm going to show you the head and stuff too. I had to unplug the shit out of it to get the head off these things. Kind of a dumb setup, but I kind of dumb in a way, but kind of good in a way because they eliminated a set of plugs by directly having the head plug into stuff. You know what I mean? From the bottom to the head. There's not that extra plug like Williams and other games have. This rubber is completely gone right there. You can see it's broke off there. It's been LED'd. There are definitely LEDs in it. Yeah, all the rubbers are shot. You can see they're all cracked. I ordered a rubber kit from Pinball Wizard, and they actually sell the boards for this game. I didn't know that. So, I was a little worried when I bought it. I made the guy send me a bunch of pictures because it was a 4-hour and 15-minute drive each way. Somebody, in fact, did take the battery off the board at some point and put Duracell batteries up here. I think I could just leave this and put 9-volt, or not 9-volt, AA batteries like lithium ones, the Energizer ones in here. And yes, there is a diode right there. They put it in where the fourth battery would go. So that diode, what that does is keeps this from charging these AA batteries. Boards are extremely clean. I don't see anything wrong with them. I mean, there's no battery acid damage or anything like that. I had to unplug this just to get the wiring harness out from behind it. I was taking the wiring harness out from these clips, and from the bulb and all the years of heat, they literally were just snapping off one after another. So I'm gonna have to put new wire holders on there, but not a big deal. Now, I did watch some videos from like TNT Amusement and stuff, and it showed, I'm gonna have to watch them, something about the ground here, like they added another ground wire or something like that. I'm not sure. But yeah, as far as when I was on the Pinball Wizard website ordering those rubbers, Looks like they sell all 3 boards, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but, and they weren't huge money either. I think it was like $160 for the main board and stuff. And at that rate, it's probably easier to just buy a new one versus having the old one repaired, probably. Now, I don't know what's going on here with these wires. I don't know if that's supposed to be like that or not. Kind of looks like it was a factory thing. I don't know what that little daughter board does there. But all in all, it's in, I would say, pretty good shape. I mean, can't complain. I think on Pinside, I think it's, and I don't know how accurate. You guys let me know. How accurate is Pinside's prices? I think this, I don't remember, but I think it was $15.75 to $18.75 was the average selling price of this game. I paid $1,400 for it. Was that a good deal? I don't know. It does fully work. There's no battery acid damage to the board. So you guys let me know. Did I pay too much? Did I get a fair deal? I don't think I got like a smoking deal by any means. I think I got it at a fair price. That's just my guess. He wanted $1,700. I offered him $1,400. He came back at $1,500. Then I asked him, hey, have these boards been serviced or anything done to them? And then he messaged me back and says $1,400 is fine. And when he said that, then I started getting nervous. I'm like, why would he just be that willing to take the extra 100 off? So then I made him send me pictures. And he sent me a bunch of pictures and everything was real clean. The guy honestly knew nothing about it. He bought it working. He had it for 3 years. I think he said he bought it in 21 or 22. So he had it for 3 to 4 years. And that probably makes sense because these rubbers were probably new when they did the LED kit. And it was sitting by a window, like a set of glass windows that looked out back. So my guess is 4 years. I think that's about, you get what, 3 to 5 years probably out of a set of rubbers, depending on how much it gets played. And that seems about right, you know, so. But there are a couple extra rubbers here. I could probably see if one of these are the right length. We can at least replace the broken one for now until the other ones come. There's actually 3 rubbers here. But let's put this thing together and we'll get it turned on and see what it does. So we gotta put the legs on it first. I'm just gonna leave it right in this area because I need to get that last room done in the basement so that I can put all this stuff in there. Now this thing, as far as restoring it and stuff like that, I'm not gonna go crazy on it. I'm not gonna spend a bunch of money on it. I already spent $100 and some between the Translite and the rubbers. It doesn't really need much. Like I said, if I can clean up the playfield a little bit, just clean it up and we'll leave it as is. There's no reason to get any crazier than that. So we're gonna put the front 2 legs on, which are the ones with the leg levelers that are not as tall. You know, they're spun in. Obviously you need to level this thing. I'm not gonna go super crazy leveling or anything right now because it's not gonna stay over here. Once it goes in its final spot, then it'll get adjusted correctly. There's a free play button between the 2 coin insert button or coin inserts, which is fine by me. I'm okay with that. And then what I found a little strange is there's 2 buttons here on the front of the cabinet, and I believe that's to access menu and settings, but I'm not positive. I will probably take these legs off and respray them black. They are a little kind of crappy looking. They're not rusty. They're just like, they weren't painted very well. And then the side rails came black from the factory, and they're all worn off where the buttons are, which is normal. But I'm gonna take those off and repaint those, and I'll do a base coat, clear coat, so that they hold up longer to people's hands touching them. And I'll bet you when this guy got this pinball, I'll bet you he never leveled it in his house or anything like that. That would be my guess, just by the way it seemed. I gotta cut the grass today. I got so much to do. Yesterday, I was gone for 10 hours after work picking this up, so it kind of wasted my whole night, which I should have been cutting the grass, but I thought it was a decent price. I like it because it really screams 80s, and I just kind of like that. I just think it's cool. It kind of reminds me of, what the hell is that? I'll think of it. That show on TV. Not Magnum PI, there's another one, LA something. Can't think of it. So now I got the front legs on. Let's tilt this down. Very gently. See if I can get this up here reasonably easy or not. Probably should get a different style stool, but I'll make it work. Just trying to find a way to grip it. My arms aren't long enough. Okay, now we can put on the back legs. The heads on these hinge, okay, but I didn't want to carry it out all together. I try to make it a little bit easier on myself by taking stuff apart, because I gotta lug it in the basement by myself, so might as well make it a little lighter on myself. Pete, who lives in Michigan, who also has a YouTube channel, he actually met me at this guy's house last night and was nice enough to lend me a hand. We took it apart and we carried it out of the house together, and he helped me load it up in my van. So thanks, Pete, for that. You can check out his YouTube channel. I will definitely put it in the description. I'm sure most of you guys know Pete from Michigan. Man, I cannot think of that show. Why can't I think of that show? I'm gonna have to look it up. It's gonna drive me nuts now. Miami Vice. That's it, not LA. Miami Vice. This reminds me of Miami Vice with all the colors from the 80s and stuff like that. I believe they made a Miami Vice pinball, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I don't know if this is considered a good game, a bad game, an okay game. Like I said, I'm learning this stuff, guys. And the reason why I'm picking up a few pinballs is I want to have like 6 or 8 of them down here. And I look at it this way. If I don't like it, I'm sure I can sell it for what I have into it. But you got to start somewhere. And I'm not willing to shell out 5-6 grand on a pinball right now. Maybe in the future, maybe I buy a couple cheap pinballs and then I sell a few of them. And, you know, take all the money and buy a nicer one. Who knows? We'll see what happens. I might like this one. I'm not a pinball snob or anything like that, so it's not like I care a super, you know, I mean, I don't have to have the best of the best. I mean, would it be cool to have a $10,000, $15,000 pinball machines? Yeah, but I don't know that it'd be worth it for me, to be honest with you. I don't get enough time to play. Okay, I got to pull the lock bar. I'm going to slide the glass out. I want to tilt the play field up so that we can get the head put on, which that might be a, maybe it won't be too bad because it has those hinges. Lock bar looks like shit. Somebody sanded it down. I'll probably polish that, and or paint it black. I might just paint it black because I got to repaint the side rails. And I think that would actually look pretty good. I don't know if that was originally black and maybe they sanded the paint off. I don't know. I'd have to look at some pictures. But the glass is a little dirty. And once again, I am not going to clean this thing right now, guys. Okay? I'm not going crazy with it because it's just going to sit down here for a little while and get dusty. Now, I don't know that I'm going to finish that whole room before the holidays this year, okay? Now, if I don't, I'm still going to get it opened up and the game's in there. Worst case scenario, I just have to cover them up and move them around. Lift this guy up here. Oops. Is this thing still latched? Can't tell. Is it latched or freaking, what's it hanging up on here? What do we got going on here? There it is. It was just kind of wedged in there. Trying to get it in the right spot here. Come on, slide down. Tell you what, this thing does not sit in there very well. Don't like that very much. So I'm gonna have to get in there and get the wires out. So there's a ground strap and then the regular wires. Ow. Hit my head. Okay. I think that's all my wires. So now I could set this thing down. Okay, gotta grab the head. And I think what I'm gonna do with the head is carefully set it down in there. Gotta grab the bolts and the nuts. One for right now is fine. Just to I should have did this first. That's right. This one's missing a nut. When I took it apart, it was missing one on the hinge. You know what? I think it goes the other way. It does. These go this way. I put it in backwards. It's all right. Yep, I'm missing a nut and a washer. I'm going to see if I have one. I gotta spin that one around. This serial number is 407. I don't know how many they made of them. I'm sure it says on pin side. I am curious though to see how accurate pin side really is. All right, I'm gonna go look for another nut for the last carriage bolt. I have the bolt, I just don't have the nut. Okay, we'll tighten those once we set the head up in the air. Stick these through. And when I move it into the other room, I should be able to leave the head on. I think I got enough room going down the hallway and stuff, or I can go around the other way. There's going to be two doorways to get into the room. This is the speakers that I unplugged. So now we can stand this up. Bring you guys around the front. These two bolts go in here. For now, just going to hand tighten those. Okay, in the center of the back, there's a latch, which of course it's stuck. Wonder if I can get it. Now I gotta take the bolts back out. I hinged it up and the latch was up in the upright position. Maybe I don't need to take them all the way out. There we go. Just has the typical Williams latch. That Williams used on all their games. I think Atari used the same one as well. Well, so much for me not buying any more games. I tried. I didn't buy the food fight that's out there. I don't know if it's sold yet. I know the guy, I think I know who the guy is that's selling it. And I tried to buy some glass off of him and stuff, and he was kind of weird. He would like message you and then just quit messaging you, so I don't know. I wonder if you, when you go up this ramp, if it hits the glass. I do have to put the glass back on because I have cats, and no matter what I do, they're gonna want to jump up here. Now, once all these pinballs are all cleaned up and everything, I'll probably put covers over them in case they do jump up here. I don't want to get it all dirty and crap all over it. So also, let me know, guys, can I just leave that AA battery thing up here and just put 3 of those Energizer lithium batteries? Pete said to put the lithium batteries in there. Is that all I need to worry about? I think these are 1.5 volts per battery. So what is that in series? 4.5 volts. Does that make sense? Okay, so we have that done. Now we've got a mess of wires to plug in. I'm just probably gonna grab my light. So I unplugged that because this wiring harness goes behind it. Like this. And also, I need to worry about these plugs, I guess. These plugs can be an issue. Now, if you're wondering, how am I going to know where all this plugs in? The wiring harness is pretty self-explanatory, and I have pictures that the guy sent me of the boards when I asked for them. So I can always go back and reference that, but I think it's kind of just they only go in one spot type situation. I think. Could be wrong. I'll leave that one for a minute. Let's get this one. Tell you what, man, these things sure like to tangle up. Is that too long? Yes, it is. Took too much wire. These go right here. One there. Does that one go? I don't think this one goes here, does it? Goes over here. Yep, goes over here. They all have certain slots in them, so you only plug them in one way. And I am going to look at the picture before I turn it on. Okay. Ah, shit. I gotta unplug this one. It went behind it. Okay, and then what do we have here? Yep, there's a clip there broken, clip there broken. Now that makes me wonder, That doesn't have a pin in it. I think this one goes here. I'm gonna have to definitely look at the pictures for that one. Oh, this one has a pin. Okay. So then this one could technically go either way, but by the way that the wires are bending down, I would suggest that it goes that way. Now we have speaker wires that we have to plug in once we put the lower piece on. We have our ground that needs to go on here. Let's get this plugged in real quick. Do I really have a wire pinched? I think I do. Oh, it's the speaker wire. Damn it. Why? And I think I'm missing a plug for this guy. There we go. Yeah, I know there's a plug for that. I remember unplugging it. I have to lift the playfield up. Must be hanging out down there. There it is. All right, that's plugged in. All this stuff is plugged in. As you can see in the cabinet here, it's pretty clean. Okay, this plugs in here. This plugs in here. We got our speaker. I'm gonna check my photos real quick. All right, everything appears to be in the right spot. Let's turn it on. Plug it in actually first. Oh, lock bar. That's okay. Okay. Looks like everything is on. I don't know. Hopefully the balls are still in there. She ain't doing anything. All right, give me a minute here. Double check my plugs. I missed a plug up there, so hopefully now it'll turn on. That sounds a little better. I heard the ball kick. Okay, hit the start. Didn't kick out the ball. Balls are in there. Why didn't it kick out the ball? Flippers are not working. Got a red flashing light up there. I don't know if that's correct or not. This plug isn't in all the way. That was my own doing. Turn it off and back on. I don't know what that little board does. Yeah, it's not kicking out the ball. So now I got to figure out why. All right, let me do some research and figure out what's going on here. Okay, I got it. I had to unplug and replug in some of those up there. Those will probably need to get repinned, fixed, or whatever. If you guys let me know, because these are a weird style. But I don't really like the way that these wires push into those pins. I never did. Williams used them all the time as well. And I don't know if they make a different style or not, but any of you pinball guys, let me know, because I would like to know that. So let's turn it on. You know, I'm gonna put the back glass in real quick just so that it's not blinding me with that light. The ugly faded back glass. I cannot see what I'm doing. Why can't I see? There we go. Okay. Let's turn it on now. Yeah, I don't have a rubber that size. That's all right. They'll be here soon. Probably the end of next week would be my guess. Yeah, this one's way too big. All right, so let's hit the start. Not working again? The damn thing just worked. Well, I got that going for me. What the hell happened? Yeah, apparently got a plug issue up there. Try it again. I wonder if I can tell which maybe because the ball was out, because I turned it off. Darn it, not hard enough. Say, I don't know if, I'm sure this is not level or anything either. I don't know how many balls it's on, probably 3 or 5, or that's the end of the game maybe. All right, let's try it again. I think it's off level. It's wanting to roll really good that way. See if this play field's in all the way. Yeah, it is. All right, gotta give it a credit. Let me shut this coin door. Now, you know what? Could it be the 2 coins? Multi-ball, possibly. Darn it. Got 2 of the 3 up there. So the ball is definitely favoring going to the right. So the right side of the pin is definitely a little too low. I guess you could probably put your initials in or something. So yeah, I think what it is, I don't know, I gotta look up the instructions and stuff, but I wonder if you hit all 3 of these drop targets when there's a ball up there, does that release a second ball? I'm not sure. So it takes 2 credits. ball stuck. There it comes. Hey, I jumped the thing. Man. Darn it. I missed forgot about the flipper up there. Right down the drain. Try it one more time. And then that's it. I gotta go cut the grass after this. I gotta put the glass on in the lock bar for now. Okay, now it's holding the ball over here. We got one more target right there. If I can get to it. Damn it. You can watch the ball when it's coming down and it just goes like that. I might have to level this up a little bit because I want to see if I can play it pretty decent or not. Damn it. I'm curious. I guess that doesn't release the ball. I'll have to read it all about it and see what it does. Cheating. Let's see here. So now a third ball came out. So how do you release the balls? There it goes. So basically, I gotta see, you gotta light up pinball here, but I don't know where all the, okay, so hit pin, P-I-N, So does that mean every time you go up this ramp? Yep, B, there's B. So I think A, it might be burned out or something might be wrong with A, I'm not sure. So it lit up bulb. So I don't know if we got a bad bulb in A or what. Well, that's it for now. Like I said, I gotta get cutting the grass, but definitely fun. Definitely gonna be a fun one, I think. Sounds good. I think it looks pretty good. I think it's worth the $1,400, guys. I really do. Let's slide the glass on the lock bar at least, because like I said, the cats are gonna come down here and jump on it, because that's what they do. I gotta fix the lock on the front. I hate when people put the lock in backwards. Hope that doesn't play the whole time. There's probably settings for that. Is there a way to turn that off? Maybe if you put a credit in it? Or maybe it stops on its own? Sweet, it stops on its own. Alright guys, that's the end of this video. Let me know what you guys think. Curious on your input. A is definitely not lighting up. I wonder if I can look at it real quick. If it's just a bulb. I think it's just a bulb, maybe. I have to zap myself. Yeah, I think the bulb's just burned out. Or maybe it's just not fully in its socket. I'll worry about that afterwards. But like I said, the playfield's pretty damn good. Next up, A is a little screwed up. I'll bring you in here real quick before I end this video. I can touch that up next to the A. My big finger on it. Like I said, these guys right here, I don't know, is there something I could do with those? Because I would like to make them look better. I actually have vinyl I could put over those. Some textured polycarbonate I could put over those. So maybe I can scratch those off. I'm not going to do it unless you guys can tell me, because I'm not familiar with this stuff and I don't want to break something. But if I can take that off and put new on, that would definitely help. Now, I'll obviously wax the playfield. I'm not going to do any of that stuff until I replace all the rubbers. Get all those replaced, clean it up and everything. I'll probably replace the rubbers when they come, wax the playfield, put the glass back on it, And then after I get done remodeling that last area and I get it into place, I'll probably wipe it down one more time and maybe put one more coat of wax on it just to clean it up. And at that time, I'll probably fix these side rails. As you can see how they're worn off. I'll probably get those repainted black, and maybe I'll do the legs. Legs don't look too bad, really. And we'll swap out the severely faded Hollywood Heat marquee. So, and because the table's wanting to lean that way, I should put a level on it. So the ball comes down and it instantly goes right through here. I don't have any opportunity a lot of times to hit it with that. But yeah, so you can do 3-ball play by having a ball in each one of those at the same time. And then coming up the ramp, this is just what I've learned from just playing it for 10 minutes. Coming up the ramp, dropping into there, every time you do that, it lights up one of these letters in order, P-I-N, and then B-A-L-L. And after that, I don't know what happens. I don't know how many bonus points you get or anything like that. But does this totally scream 80s? I mean, it's pretty damn cool. I love it. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys later.